Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to teach you all about nervous system. So in this video, the topics to be covered are introduction to nervous system, structure of neuron, pathway and synapse, and main division of nervous system. So let's start. What is the introduction of nervous system? Nervous system is the body master, control and communication technology. It collects sensory neuron and process it and detect actions. It is made up of very specialized cell called as neurons. So let's discuss about structure of neuron. Neuron is a star-shaped elongated cell. On the head of it has dendrites, which is the branch structure of neuron cell and receives stimulus from previous neuron. Then it has soma, which is cell body. It is the round part of the neuron, consists of nucleus and cytoplasm. Cytoplasm near nucleus is known as nucleoplast, so it contains nucleoplasm. Then it has axon. Axon is the long tube that carries information from soma to nerve ending. And it has a sheet called as myelinated sheet. So if a neuron has myelinated sheet, it is known as myelinated neuron, and if it doesn't have, it is known as unmyelinated neuron. So at the end of the neuron, it has nerve ending, also known as an axonal terminal, which is the branched portion of neuron. After this, there is a pathway of signals, how the signal travels across the neuron. First it reaches to dendrites, then it goes to cell body, then axon, and then nerve ending. And this pathway is very important. So let's discuss about synapse. The gap between two neurons, which is very microscopic, that gap is known as synapse. So what happens in synapse? If there is a gap between neurons, how the signals travels across that gap? So let us discuss. Synapse is basically the microscopic gap between two neurons. What happens in synapse is information travels from the electric signal inside the neuron. Inside the neuron, the signal, the stimulus, is transformed or traveled in form of electric signal, because neuron can only sense electric signal. When it reaches to axonal end, which is also known as nerve ending, the signal is about to leave from one neuron and want to go to another neuron. So when it want to go to another neuron and the synapse is about to come, that electric signals get converted into chemical signals for crossing that synapse. After crossing that synapse and reaching to the next neuron, it get converted into electric signal. The chemical signal which is get converted is known as neurotransmitter, and this term is very important. I repeat, the chemical signals which help in crossing from synapse is known as neurotransmitters. So there is a diagram of it. See, this is axonal end, this is electric signals, and they converted into chemical signals, and this portion whole is known as neurotransmitters. This is the next neurons, dendrites, and it is catching it in the form of electric signal. So there is a very important term known as neuromuscular junction. Understand it very carefully. When a neuron is connected with a muscle, means when the neuron nerve ending is connected with muscular cell, so that connection, that point is known as neuromuscular cell. Neuron, muscle, neuromuscular junction. Alright. When a neuron is attached to muscle cell. That portion is known as neuromuscular junction. So let's move to the main division of nervous tissue, nervous system. There are two main divisions, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Let's discuss it. Central nervous system, also known as CNS, is consists of brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord. So if you are thinking that spinal cord is the vertebral column or the backbone, you are thinking it wrong. Spinal column is emerged from brain and is a tube. It is a tube, alright? It is not bone, it is a tube, muscular tube. So central nervous system is consists of brain and spinal cord. See in this diagram, brain, this is the backbone, and between that backbone there is spinal cord emerging, alright? So let's move on. Peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is also known as PNS and is consists of cranial nerve and spinal nerve. Understand it very carefully because this is a very important topic. Cranial nerve is the nerves arising from brain, means the nerves which are connected to the brains. They are known as cranial nerve, and there are 12 pair. Inside a full body there are 12 pair of cranial nerves. Spinal nerves, as the name suggests, it is arising from spinal cord, and there are 31 pairs. As spinal cord is long, so there are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. And cranial nerve, there are 12 pairs. So just summarize what we have done in it. So in the starting we have discussed about nervous system, that it is the body master control and communication network. It collects information from one place to another place, helping transforming the information. It is made up of billions of specialized cells called as neurons, helping transmitting electrical signal. Very important, it only sends electrical signal, alright? Then we discussed about structure of nervous cell or neuron. It has a star-shaped head known as dendrites. Then it has soma, which is also known as cell body. Then it has a long tube, which is also known as axon. And then it has axonal end or nerve ending. Alright. Signal travels in form of electric impulse. And how it travels, first is go to dendrites, then cell body, then axon, then nerve ending. Synapse, the gap between two microscopic neurons. What happens in synapse? Electrical signal get converted into chemical signal known as neurotransmitter and help in crossing the synapse. After crossing the synapse is again converted into electrical signal, because neuron can only transmit or sense electrical impulse. Then we discussed about neuromuscular junction. When a neuron is attached with muscle, that full portion is known as neuromuscular junction. After it, we discussed about main division of nervous system, CNS, PNS. Alright, CNS is consists of brain and spinal cord. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. And peripheral nervous system consists of nerves, cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves emerging from brain, spinal nerves emerging from spinal cord. Cranial nerves are 12 pair, spinal nerves are 31 pair. And this is the end of this session. I hope you like this video, and the next video is based on types of neuron, receptors and reflex arc. Hope you like this video, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel for more such amazing study videos.